Boko Haram leader says he will release the kidnapped schoolgirls in exchange for the group's prisoners held by the Nigerian government. A spokesman for South Sudan's military says no fighting is being reported one day after battles broke new ceasefire deal. In the DRC, at least 15 people are dead in a stampede after police fired tear gas to empty a crowd from a stadium. Finally, in Libya, 24 more bodies are found after the sinking last week of a boat carrying African migrants. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Africa 54. It's the triumph of the bearded lady. Austria's Conchita Wurst was the most talked about act before the Eurovision Song Contest. The drag performer won the competition in a landslide with the song Rise Like a Phoenix. Conchita's triumph gives Austria its first Eurovision victory since 1966. The bearded lady has stirred controversy, especially in some Eastern European countries, but no fewer than 13 countries gave her a maximum 12 points. Next, gorgeous bridal trends in Pakistan. The 8th edition of Pakistan's Bridal Couture Week concluded in Karachi, with 7 designers showcasing their collection of bridal outfits on the day of the grand finale. Traditional styles got a snazzy update with loads of color, bold cuts, and fittings. The final runway show featured frocks from a collection named Orchid by the label HSY. And from Pakistan to Morocco, models took to the Marrakesh catwalk, showcasing a collection of kaftans crafted by local and international designers. The annual style event is being held under the theme Splendors of Empires. Influences ranging from the Ottoman to the Persian empires were on display. The kaftan is thought to have originated in Iran. It's now a trademark of Moroccan fashion and is worn by Moroccan women seeking to combine traditional with modern style, and that's what's trending today. In a world that seems to insist on neat entertainment genres, some singer-songwriters won't be boxed in. Meet Somi, a singer-songwriter born in the Midwestern U.S. to African parents. She is a Harlem jazz singer, an Afro-pop diva, and more. VOA's Adam Phillips has her story.
When Somi plays at hip New York venues like Joe's Pub, the mood can be distinctly African and homegrown American. That's because Somi has roots in both worlds. Somi lives in Harlem, home to one of America's largest African diaspora communities and a rich heritage of jazz and African-American arts. Somi was born in the U.S., spent part of her childhood in Zambia, did a post-college stint in East Africa, and later toured the continent with her band. But relatively early in her singing career, she felt somewhat misunderstood on both sides of the Atlantic.
I felt like people wanted me to be either an African artist or a jazz artist or a this artist or a that artist. And I was like, but I'm actually all of those things.
Her life changed in 2011 when she was offered a teaching fellowship in Lagos, Nigeria, the city packed with 20 million people.
I got there and the energy was difficult, was challenging, was inspiring, was hard but beautiful, was tragic but magic.
She kept a journal of her impressions and musical ideas, inspired by Nigeria's huge cultural and financial capital. Her song, Ginger Me Slowly, featured on her upcoming CD, The Lagos Music Salon, dates from that time. In Nigerian slang, to ginger someone means to spice them up, to make them happy. Somi's adventure coincided with Occupy Nigeria, a highly visible grassroots movement fueled by anger over the government's cutting of fuel subsidies. A friend's housekeeper told her she could no longer afford to visit her family in the countryside on her $2 a day wage, which Somi says is the Nigerian average.
You know, she was a widow. She had kids to feed. She had to, figure out how she was going to get to and from the mainland to the island and continue this job, and she was devastated.
The encounter inspired Somi to write a song called $2 Day. Some other new songs also explore difficult, even painful themes like genocide, sex work, female circumcision, and body image.
But also talk about the beauty, and also talk about the magic, and also talk about what might inspire both myself and the people around me.
Somi says her time in Lagos feels like a dream to her now. It's a feeling she and her audience might never have known had she not searched out the heart of her Africa and then returned to her Harlem home, deepened and renewed. Adam Phillips, VOA News, New York.
Well, it's time now for the Monday Sports Report. For the latest news and notes, here's Sonny Young with the sunny side of sports. Hello, Sonny.
Hello, Laurel, and sporty greetings once again to our Africa 54 viewers. We're exactly 1 month to the kickoff of football's premier event, the World Cup in Brazil. Brazil will host Croatia June 12th in Sao Paulo in the opening game of the 64-match tournament. Organizers say there's still plenty of prep work to be done, including in the transportation sector, where shuttling teams and fans around the big country is a concern. At the Sao Paulo World Cup Stadium over the weekend, about 20,000 fans enjoyed an exhibition match featuring some of the football legends from the local club, Corinthians. Turning to African athletics, long-distance runners from Kenya and Ethiopia won the men's and women's titles in Sunday's 20th annual Volkswagen Prague Marathon in the Czech Republic. On the left, we see Patrick Terrer of Kenya, who won the overall title in a personal best of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 7 seconds. And on the right is Firawat Dado of Ethiopia, who won the women's title in 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 34 seconds. The Ethiopian ladies dominated the action in Prague with the top 6 females, all from that distance running power in East Africa. Check out the Sunny Side of Sports blog via voanews.com. My latest blog post is titled World Cup Penalty Box Music Video, and I spotlight a few of my Voice of America colleagues in the video. You'll see Heather Maxwell, a regular contributor to our Africa 54 Music Maker segments on Fridays, as well as our regular Africa 54 show host, Vincent McCory, who shows us his dribbling skills in the video. I'm VOA Sonny Young, and that's the sunny side of sports. Laurel?
Thanks so much, Sonny. Be sure to watch the Sunny Side of Sports every Monday and Friday on Africa 54. Well, that's our show for tonight. I'm Laurel Bowman, and we'll see you later.
I'm Sonny Young from the sunny side of sports, and this is VOA. Follow us on Africa 54. Go to facebook.com/VOA Africa 54.